What are you doing in your life to make sure that this Christmas is the best Christmas that you've ever had? Am I talking about gifts and what you're going to receive? No, not at all. I'm talking about the best gift that you can give to yourself and to your spouse, which is how to have the best Christmas with your partner, with your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever your situation is. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Tell us what you think in the comments, because we're going to tell you 12 suggestions that we have, 12 days between now and Christmas, how you can improve your relationship. And here's how we're going to do this. You know, like the song 12 Days of Christmas, on the first day of Christmas. Well, we're going to go in that order about what's most important. Day one, express appreciation. Most important, express gratitude. Express gratitude and give thanks for your partner and to your partner. You have to regularly do that every single day. For the next 12 days, give thanks to your partner and tell them about it. Compliment them, but make it sincere. Find something that you can compliment them about that you really like and really appreciate with them. Honey, I really appreciate when you come over and you just give me a hug and kiss, and that just tells me that you love me. Honey, I really appreciate how you cooked breakfast this morning. Honey, you're the best partner that I could have. Honey, every day I give thanks for you. Express appreciation. Second day of Christmas. Prioritize communication. Be open and honest about your feelings and your emotions and your thoughts and concerns. Have conversations. Show what your goals are for the next year with your partner, and sit down and have a conversation with them. Literally, schedule it out. Say, today, I want to sit down for a half an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or 15 minutes, or let's just take a couple of 3 minutes and talk about what we want to do and see and experience and what growth we want to have in our emotions, in our personal life, in our parenting skills, in our intellectual growth, in our business. What are the things that we want to do for the next following year? Third day of Christmas. Spend quality time together. You have to set aside time to connect without distractions. Do a regular date night. Have a date night. And if there's 12 days of Christmas, between now and Christmas, you need to have 2 date nights, at least once a week. Prioritize it. Take your phone and put it down. Don't have the phone there, and spend actual quality time with each other. Whether it's going out to dinner, whether it's cooking a dinner at home, even if you're just going to watch a movie or something together, make it something that you do together. Preferably, it's something where you interact a little bit. Put up the Christmas tree together. Walk around, take a walk. So think about what it is that you want to do and that appeals to you, and then invite them to do it with you. Third day of Christmas, spend quality time together. Fourth day of Christmas, you have to practice patience and forgiveness. Avoid holding grudges. If there's been a grudge or a past mistake and you're still bringing it up and you haven't let go, it's time today on the fourth day to forgive that. Forgiveness is not just for the benefit of the person being forgiven, and it might not be for them at all. Forgiveness is for the benefit of the person who is doing the forgiving. Focus on resolving conflicts. Focus on living and being happy rather than being right or winning. If you're in a competition against your spouse for them to be wrong and you to be right about something that's happened in the past, you're off track. Focus on patience and forgiveness. That's day 4. Day 5, be supportive. You have talked about what your dreams and goals and personal growth is that you want. So now it's time to be supportive and focus on that. Today, the 5th day, you focus on the other person. You focus on what it is that they need to hear and see. Talk about practical things that you can do in order to support them and that they can do in order to support you, to focus on being supportive with each other. Day 6, today is a day where you're going to work as a team. You're going to try and focus on collaborating on your problems rather than collectively placing blame. And you're going to share responsibilities and share decision-making equally. So in that, you want to make sure that the two of you are on the same page. Invite each other to be 100% all in, that you're both 100.00% all into the marriage for whatever that means. That even if you don't know what it means, that you're going to figure that out. So today is the day that you focus on being supportive. Next, number 7, very important in a relationship, show physical affection. And that's not just necessarily, sexual relations, the Bill Clinton thing, right?
I do not have sexual relations with that one.
No, you need to have some sexual relations, right? But hug, kiss, hold hands. Maintain an intimate connection. Touch her hair, small gestures, walk arm in arm, lead, and put your arms around each other and just hold each other. Just be there with each other and just say, I really appreciate you. Express appreciation again. 8th day of Christmas. Make sure you have a good sense of humor with your spouse. Do something today on the 8th day that will make your spouse laugh. Focus on that. And let's have a fun day on day 8. Don't take small things too seriously and move forward in a good, healthy, and fun way. Have fun with your spouse. Day 9, respect each other's differences. There are going to be times where you want certain things in your marriage and the other person doesn't want those things in the marriage. So you have to figure out and find a balance to where the two of you can both get your goals met. And what did you have to do in order to know that? Well, first, remember in our earlier steps, we have talked about and discussed those goals. And as a reminder, just because we said in those early days that those are the things, here's step 2, here's step 3. Those steps continue, even in the song, the first day of Christmas, and they repeat all of those different things. And then you get all the way to the 12th day. And the 5 golden rings, everybody's 5 golden rings, right? So it's there. But you're going to find that there's going to be differences. And some of these things are going to be hard to resolve necessarily. But do that. Figure out the unique things that each of you brings to the relationship and find a way that you can collaborate on those goals and then respect each other's differences. There are things that my wife, for example, I would love if she would compete with me and we do a husband and wife competition in the skeet competitions that I do. She's not interested, and it's going to be going on 3 years that I've been wanting her to do that, and she's still not interested, but I respect that decision about her. I don't like it. I wish she would try more about it, but you have to be able to do that. Number 10, you have to manage stress together. You have to share your worries and find solutions together. In the difficult times, you have to turn towards each other, not away from each other. You have to go and spend the time with each other. And if there's stress, it's tricky because sometimes in the heat of battle, you might tend to lash out at whoever it is because you're focused and lashing out on this problem. And it also depends on if there's time deadlines. Like there are times when I like to be good and cooperative with different staff, but then there's other times, especially at work, if I'm at battle and in court, I don't have time to hey, would you mind if you going down to the law library and printing off 4 copies of this order because we need it in the next 3 or 4 minutes? Is that okay with you? Or as opposed to, Terry, I need 4 copies of this now, run. There's a difference. So one of the tricks with that is when that stress has ended, you need to make sure you go back and build and rebuild any of those bridges. And how do you do that? Number 1, remember, gratitude. Show them appreciation. Terry, thank you so much for running down to the law library and printing out those 4 orders. That really helped us. And you go and edify each of the people that we worked with. If you're on the field and you're having to yell, run this way, they're out there and yelling warnings. You have to understand when you're at battle and understand when you're not. And if your spouse is at battle at work and they're working from home and you walk in and you're like, hey, honey, what would you like to do to dinner? And they snap back, I'm in battle. I'm at war right now. Leave me alone. I'm dealing with this. I don't want to go to the, because that's maybe the energy level that's required for the particular task that you're in. I can't believe they talk to me like that. They must not love me. No. You got to manage that stress together. Number 11, incredibly important. You got to keep the romance alive. This is maybe where the gifts start coming in. And remember, 12 days of Christmas is right before Christmas. So Christmas tends to be the day where the love language about gifts is prime on the top of mind, right? People are all about gifts. One of the gifts that you can give in order to keep the romance alive is revisit those things that brought you together initially. Think about the times when you were really well connected and the things that you appreciated about that, and bring that appreciation even to now. Rekindle that. Start it over. Keep the romance alive. Thoughtful gestures, notes of appreciation. Again, gratitude. The reason why gratitude is the number 1 is it rings through each one of these days. And then number 12, right before Christmas is right before New Year's. You need to be thinking about what you're going to be doing next year and figure out what you're going to invest in, what you're going to do in order to improve yourself for 2025. Seek and invest. Become the best version of yourself that you can be. Emotionally, physically, mentally. A healthier individual contributes to a healthier relationship. And at our law firm and in my life and in my marriage and my family and what we do personally, and with this whole podcast is about, is how you can improve. This is about improving yourself. We like to entertain you. We love to entertain you. We try and crack a lot of jokes and make it fun and interesting to watch, obviously. But the number one thing is, what are your takeaways from watching this podcast? What can you do? And if you take away nothing else, your number one takeaway is the number one in the first day of Christmas, which is gratitude. If you wake up in the morning and you give appreciation for 5 things in your life that you are grateful for, your day, your week, your month, your year will be better. And you won't be singing the Friends song with like, this isn't your day, your month, or even your year. Like that's not very good. But sometimes it happens. But if you give gratitude every day, even for when you're going through the hard parts. And if you notice, the original Gladiator movie, Gladiator 2 is out right now, right? The original Gladiator movie, it starts out with he's looking at the bird and he has gratitude and appreciation for that. And then he looks back at the battlefield and then realizes the task that he's got at hand. Appreciate, even as a warrior. If you're thinking, here is what I am grateful for, and then you go into battle, then you know what you're fighting for in that battle. It will align you. It will improve you. You will become more experienced, and you will become wiser. And then if you need help, seek out the best counselors and advisors that you can avail yourself to. If you're going to learn a sport, find the best person that will teach you that sport. Find something that works for you. Get the right assistance for you. We want you to have a great, happy, and Merry Christmas. Like and subscribe to this show because we are going to be one of those advisors to you. We want to entertain you, but more importantly, we want you to grow. So like, subscribe, tell us what you think in the comments, add other suggestions, like make our comment section actually worth reading. And we're going to be reading that. So thank you very much. This is the Lawyer Dana Show.